Manipur, exit polls have predicted a hung assembly there too. Congress has dispatched 3 observers, T.S. Singh Deo, Vincent Pala and Mukul Vasnik, as the party fears poaching in Manipur too, the way it happened way back in 2017. Now, despite emerging as the single largest party in Manipur, Congress could not form the government back then as well and does not want to take any chances this time around as well. Listen in to this reaction that we've got from the Congress party.
We are here to protect a free and fair election, and we are here to protect democracy and the mandate of the people of Manipur. Last time what happened was the BJP did not respect the people's mandate, and since then till now we have seen in Manipur and across India that how the law enforcement agencies have become an extension of the BJP. How at the behest of the Union Home Minister, law enforcement agencies, CBI, IT, ED, are taking political decisions which can impact a state's election. And therefore, we are here as former ministers, as sitting MPs, as sitting MLAs to tell to Mr. Amit Shah, to tell the BJP that they cannot steal the people's mandate a second time.
Akhilesh Yadav yesterday also said that democracy has been compromised in Uttar Pradesh polls. Are you also guys going on the similar lines? Will you be approaching the EC?
We've been approaching the EC since the first phase. We've asked for repolling. We've talked about that how underground insurgent groups have got a huge amount of money on 2 different occasions just in the run-up to the polls. And we know the kind of influence that they play in the elections. And we are extremely disturbed by the response that we have got from the lack of support from the Election Commission.
Afrida as well as Nibir joining us on the broadcast to help us understand what we can expect in Manipur tomorrow. Good evening to both of you. Afrida, to you first. During the voting, we saw reports of violence emerging from Manipur. But as we speak today, just few hours ahead of the counting day, BJP seems confident, and so is the Congress party, and Congress does not want to take any chances this time.
Yes, rightly said. And the exit polls are, of course, projecting, the Times Now exit polls are projecting a comfortable win for the BJP. But, yes, like, we've been saying this, that for the Congress, they are once bitten, twice shy. They do not want what happened last time in 27 to be repeated. They had the single largest majority with 28 seats in a 60-member assembly, but they could not form the government. The allies will play a very critical role. But since I was listening to all the reports of defections, I'm tempted to say that nothing beats Manipur in this. The way the MLAs have switched sides. You have something like upwards of a dozen Congress MLAs who've switched sides in the past few months. So, for people of Manipur, it must have been rather confusing. They must be perplexed on how to go about this. If they prefer a candidate, they may not prefer the party anymore. So it must have been quite a difficult, process for even the electorate in this particular election. I'll tell you, there are seats like, why I'm saying this, there are seats like, I think, Moirang, where there's a direct swap. The candidate who was contesting from Congress last time is contesting from BJP and vice versa. So anyway, the point of the matter is that this is going to be very tough calculations post-elections as well. It's one thing for the results to be out and the numbers are out, and then begins the other process of government formation. So it's going to be a fascinating thing to watch out for. Nibir will tell us more about what's happening on ground.
Well, yes, but you've made a very interesting point. Political defections. In fact, that has been the buzzword as far as Manipur is concerned this election season. But despite that, voters came out in large numbers. That's what the voter turnout looked like. And much better it was than states like Uttar Pradesh, where we hardly saw 50 to 55% as the overall voter turnout. Stay with us, Afrida. Nibir is live with us as well. Nibir, now ahead of the counting day, I believe just like Goa, Congress party has decided to keep its candidates together at a safer location somewhere, and we have observers flying to Manipur as well to ensure nobody now moves out.
Yes, indeed. Gaurav Gogoi came to Manipur today and he has directly stated that last time the people's mandate was not respected when Congress, even after forming the single largest party, they could not form the government. And this time the Congress doesn't want to take any chance. But this is not just the Congress's situation. In Manipur right now in Imphal, there are different camps of different political parties. We have a hotel near this road where the BJP leaders are also lodged. We have the hotel where Congress leaders are lodged. So everyone is doing their calculations for tomorrow. And exit polls have indicated that the BJP is clearly advancing in Manipur. However, the bigger question that we have been speaking here is who gets the absolute majority. BJP might be the single largest party, but it might have difficulty being the absolute majority, and that's why the other political parties like the NPP, JDU and NPF, they are also very alert and doing their math, because in the event of no single party forming an absolute majority, these parties will come very handy. So everyone is alert here. There is an atmosphere of every political party doing its math. We are seeing JDU people going to the hotel where Congress leaders are lodged. We are seeing NPF leaders going to the hotel where BJP leaders are lodged. So tomorrow we will know how it pans out. But today, from today onwards, we are seeing these calculations and people going from one camp to the another already happening in Imphal.
All right. So political parties there in Manipur are busy doing their political calculations, and I'm sure nobody really is going to sleep in all of these 5 states tonight, given the kind of predictions we have got from Poll of Polls. Specifically, I appreciate both of you, Nibir as well as Afrida. Thank you very much for joining us and helping us understand how the situation is in Manipur. Let's